What is going on, Exo community? Exostomp here, and today, people, we're going to be going over our GPL Season 3 Draft Analysis, or Draft Breakdown, whatever you want to call it. Quick shout out to my my music channel, Exostomp Music. This is where the music is coming from. I'll probably put it in the description or something, but anyways, first things first, what is your favorite shiny Pokemon? This is the question of the day, of course. We always do this. I think mine would be either shiny, any of the shiny primals, being Groudon or Kyogre. Probably Kyogre if I had to pick one. But I guess if you don't want to count them because they're legendaries and they probably always look good, I would have to choose probably Heatmore, because I like how it looks. It's like a darker red and then like black. I think that looks really cool on it. But yeah, let me know in the comments what you guys think. But anyways, for our first pick, keep in mind we were 4th pick, so we were like in the middle because it's like a 10-person draft and it's split into 2 leagues. If you guys don't know, so we were 4th, so in the middle. We got, which is the craziest thing, Melmetal. So quick things to note about Melmetal: it has insane HP, attack, and defense. Yeah, it's slow, but I think we have some text around it being slow, so don't worry about that. It does have double Iron Bash, which with Stab plus Iron Fist boosted, because it does have Iron Fist, it gets up to over 200 damage without a choice band by pressing double Iron Bash. It is insanely powerful. So yeah, this thing is going to be nuking a lot of things. I'm not sure how it got to 4th pick, but I'll take it. Then another thing to note is it does a Body Press, which with under 43 defense and it having Iron Defense as well, it is insanely good. Another thing, it does have high horsepower, which we'll get to that. The next pick is going to make sense with that, and it also has Steel Roller, another thing that we'll get to that. But yeah, this thing has a bunch of the punching moves, which it has Iron Fist, so it's good. Doesn't have Fire Punch, which is good to note. But yeah, it does have coverage for Steel types. Like I said, high horsepower, and it does have Earthquake as well, if I wanted to run that. But yeah. Alright, next mon we are going to go over is going to be our next pick, which, again, I'm not sure how it got to me. Melmetal was, I think, the best tier 1 in my opinion, and then the best tier 2 in my opinion was Rillaboom. Yeah, so here's the stats of Rillaboom. Rillaboom is actually really incredible, with it having the ability to set up Grassy Surge for Melmetal so that it doesn't get hit with Earthquake too hard. And like I said, high horsepower helps Melmetal, and so does Steel Roller if it runs out of PP for its double Iron Bash. So yeah, it does help. Its stats are pretty good as well. 100 HP and 90 defense is actually pretty good defensively. But it does have Knockoff, which is great. It does have Pivot and U-Turn. It has Grassy Glide, which is actually the best priority move actually in the game right now. It's stronger than every priority move, of course, in Grassy Surge and Grassy Terrain. And then it does have boosting moves like Swords Dance, which is also really nice. For our next pick, I realized, what's another thing that would help? Okay, we have things to resist ground. Melmetal needs something to resist fire and fighting. So yeah, we chose Celebra. If I can get it on the screen. Celebra is... where is it? There it is. Celebra is really, really nice. With it being a defensive tank, it can take so many hits, and it having Regenerator is insanely good. It did get Body Press as well this generation, which is, of course, really good. It got Sword Power, and the biggest thing is it has Trick Room Teleport. So if I want to use Melmetal in Trick Room, I can Trick Room and teleport out. Celebra can take any hit. Melmetal can come in and claim some kills. So Celebra is a really good support mon to Melmetal. They work very well together. So that's, I guess, my second tier 1, which is pretty good. For the next choice, and of course, you know, it does have a lot of moves like Flamethrower and stuff, but we didn't go over those. just gonna go over like maybe the newer stuff that you guys might not know. We have Rabanne. Nope. We have why is that there? We have Incineroar. Sorry. So Incineroar, Incineroar stats are a little clean. We do have really good stats across the board, in my opinion. Like they're all really good at being like a tank. You can go AV. You can go like ground resist berry or ground weak berry. You can go. There's a lot of things you can go with Incineroar because it's so versatile. Again, it's a little slow, but not that big of a deal. There were many good fire types in, I guess, the tier or in the game technically. There was a nice one like Chandelure, but Galaxy didn't take that one, so it's fine. There was, of course, Volcarona, which was on our list previously, but Melmetal was there, guys. I had to grab Melmetal. I didn't have a plan for Melmetal, so I just sort of winged it. So if you guys think this team might be a little wonky, that's why. I really just sort of winged it. I went with mons that either I haven't used yet in draft, or I was interested in using. But yeah, so, or interested in using again. So we do have Close Combat as one of its moves. Close Combat is a really good move that it got. I think it got this gen. It's able to hit other dark types and steel types. Yeah, Close Combat's really nice to have. And then we have U-Turn and Party Shot as pivot, which is very nice. We do have a lot of pivots. So far, we already have 3. So this team wants to pivot into Melmetal a lot because Melmetal is going to be taking lives. So. And it can go Nasty Plot. It does have Nasty Plot and Swords Dance, so it can go either way, physically or specially. I haven't seen many special attacking ones, but it's interesting to note. All right. So for the next mon that we have on this list, we actually have you guys already saw, but Rabanne. So Rabanne is really interesting. We sort of needed a special attacker with Celebra. To count on that. We needed a fairy type as well, and a bug is always good to have because it quad resists fighting with bug and fairy, of course. So that's really nice to have. So far, we do have Incineroar and Melmetal that are weak to fighting. But yeah, it does have Defog, which is nice. It's got, of course, Quiver Dance, Moonblast, and pivots in Baton Pass and U-Turn. So Rabanne is going to be here for either pivots, of course, like I said, pivot and sticky webs, mainly. Sticky webs is the biggest thing on Rabanne, I think. And the speed tier is really good. 124 is insane speed tier in this game. For the next mon that we have on this list, we have Druddigon. So, Druddigon, a lot of people are sleeping on Druddigon, I think. It was left there for a little bit. No one really picked it up, but I had a plan to pick up Druddigon, and the biggest reason why was it has Glare, so Glare plus double Iron Bash in Trick Room, like if I glare something, it means nothing's gonna break through. That's a 60% accurate, 60% flinch chance on top of the 50% paralyzed chance. It's insane. No one's gonna break out of that. So Glare is awesome to have. Stealth Rocks is also really nice to have because we don't have any Stealth Rockers yet on this team. Besides, of course, Druddigon. We have Taunt on Druddigon as well, which is nice. And then a notable move would be like a fairy move, so or a move that hits fairies, so like Gunk Shot. If you're running Sheer Force, this thing nukes a lot of Pokemon. Its defenses are actually really nice, and its attack is very good as well. So yeah, it does have 3 really good abilities in Rough Skin, Sheer Force, and Mold Breaker. Of course, you guys know my favorite ability in draft is Mold Breaker, being able to hit mons that are levitating or just mostly levitate mons, but you know, it's really good to have a Mold Breaker mon on your team. And we have another one, but this one's gonna be like the main Mold Breaker mon. Sheer Force is of course really nice with Gunk Shot and stuff, like I said, and then Rough Skin with Rocky Helmet is insanely good if you're running a defensive set. So, our next mon that we're going to go over is going to be Lycanroc Midnight. So, Lycanroc Midnight, I'm going to be dropping Lycanroc Midnight, not because I don't like the Pokemon, but because I have so many physical threats that it's going to be hard to fit Lycanroc in with these physical threats on a team, unless I want to run it like Stealth Rock and like, yeah, probably just Stealth Rock and die. But some notable moves would be some missing moves, or moves that would miss, which is like Play Rough. It has that, and it could miss. It did get Close Combat this generation, which is nice. It doesn't miss, but still, it's nice. Stone Edge, insane with no guard. I probably didn't say it. Yes, does have no guard, if you guys don't know. So Play Rough and Stone Edge, don't miss. And then Iron Tail is actually really, really cool. It has a good nuke. It's a 75% accurate move, usually 100% power, 100 power, but it doesn't miss with no guard, which is really cool. I think that's going to be a really cool tech. And then Sucker Punch. Sucker Punch is a really good priority move. It doesn't have Celebra, which is a little weird because the other two do, but yeah, it does have Sucker Punch, which is decent. Like I said, its stats are actually pretty decent for a tier 5. The only thing is, I will be dropping it after this grace period is over, because I already swapped out one Mon for another Mon. And we'll go over that actually right after this Mon, because that is going to be Licky Licky. So, Licky Licky, I did have Jolteon. I'm not actually sure why I picked... Oh, I picked Jolteon because I wanted another fast Mon. But then I realized I need this a little bit more. It is a more reliable Wish and Heal Beller. It also can't take hits, can't get hit by Ghost types. And, yeah, it has knockoff, which is nice. And another cool thing is it does have Belly Drum. So if I do want to run a cool set like Trick Room, Slowbro into Belly Drum Licky Licky, I could do it. I could. But yeah, this is mainly going to be my Wish Heal Bellmon. It's going to be taking a few hits. It does have Oblivious, which means it can't be taunted, so it's going to be a very, very reliable Wisher. Yeah, I guess that's it to note for Licky Licky. And for the next Mon, it's going to be Triplet. So, another Mon that has a lot of HP. This Pokemon, in combination with Grassy Terrain, it does have Unburden, which means if it has a Grassy Seed, it can be doubly fast, which means it could be 160 speed, think about it. If I do run max speed, of course. And it does have some notable moves that I sort of did need. At this point, I don't have a... Yeah, I don't have, like, any Defogger. But Drifloon, I do have a Defogger. It does have Strength Sap, which is something that I definitely want to have on my team. I could have grabbed Jellicent, I think. Maybe not this time around, but yeah, I could have grabbed Jellicent. But I thought Drifloon was a little bit better. I did want a Ghost type that had Unburden, and hey, there you go. Knockoff as well is really, really neat. And then it also has Haze, which is very good. But yeah, this Pokemon's gonna be pretty defensive with 150 HP. And for the next Mon, we have another Flying type. And you guys might be confused about this. This is gonna be Hawlucha, which is, it could be a little weird for you guys. Its speed stat is incredible, as you guys may know. It can basically outspeed anything with its Unburden pops. And it does have 3 really good abilities. I guess Limber, maybe one that's okay. Can't be Parrot, which is nice. But Mold Breaker, this is the other one that I was talking about. But Unburden. With Grassy Seed, with Rillaboom, this thing is going to go insane. It's sort of... Think about Season 1, when I grabbed Hawlucha Coco. They went crazy on everyone's team. Yeah. This is going to be the same thing with Rillaboom Hawlucha. It got Close Combat this generation, which is great. It did get Brave Bird as well, which not as great, but still cool. It has Taunt, which is really neat. Of course, it has Roost and Defog, which is good. It has Pivot and U-Turn, and it has Sky Attack. And Sky Attack basically makes it so that I don't have to bring Rillaboom to pop my Unburden. I can bring, what's it called? A Power Herb, I believe. Yeah, Power Herb. So I can pop it, Unburnable proc, and that'll be fine. I can also proc it with Close Combat and White Herb, which is also very neat. But yeah, I think Hawlucha is really good in this generation. So I had to grab it. But this leaves me with negative 60 points, which if you guys don't know, negative 60 points means that I have to grab a tier 5. And I'll explain why I grabbed this one. So I grabbed G-Max Pikachu. Big reason is because it was either Meowth, Eevee, or Pikachu, and of course Pikachu is just better by far. Not stat-wise, I think Eevee is better stat-wise by a little bit, but with 90 speed, that's not bad. That speed's actually pretty good. In combination with stuff like Nuzzle, which doesn't miss, it's better Thunder Wave. It can paralyze a lot of things. It has Wish and Pivot in Volt Switch, and then it has stuff like Encore, which can Encore people into rocks or into Calm Minds or whatever if they want to try to set up on Pikachu. Yeah, what other moves does this thing have? It has a lot of moves. It has Grass Knot and Surf if ground types want to come in on its paralyzing G-Max move, which if you guys don't know, it always paralyzes, which is really neat. It does have Toxic, which is, yeah, where's the other one? I think Trancel told me it had Fly. Maybe not the G-Max one, which is a little sad, but I think it does have Fly. I don't know if I'm going to be able to use it, but it does have Fly, which means I can max Airstream. If I can't, so be it. It's not here to sweep anyways, but yeah, it's going to be useful with Nuzzle and stuff. I think it's going to be okay. And honestly, in this draft, with having only the ability to hold a Pokeball, no, I feel like the G-Maxes aren't going to be that good. They can't run Life Orb and stuff. So yeah, I think the G-Max aren't going to be that good. So yeah, that's going to be my team, guys. We are going to be dropping Lycanroc, like I said, after in the next, like, I don't know, 12 hours or whenever the grace period is over, so that we can have another Mon week 2, and that will actually round out my team very well now that I'm looking at it. Lycanroc is good, like I said, but I have way too many physical threats in here for it to be useful in the physical threat side, but yeah. I guess that was my draft. But yeah, let me know, guys, in the comments, favorite shiny Pokemon, and I guess what Pokemon do you think is going to be the MVP on this team? I'm sort of feeling like Celebra. I think Celebra might be a really, really nice Pivotmon that will get in threats and can also be a threat with Calm Mind and Sword Power and stuff. I think Celebra's going to be the MVP. But yeah, let me know in the comments, guys. And yeah, have a good day. Peace.